This is how my grandfather answered the phone. Thus, this is the way I will greet you today. I am proud to say that I am the oldest granddaughter of Russell Leidick. To celebrate his life, I'd like to share some of the memories and experiences I had with him and how they impacted me and my sisters. Grandpa enjoyed the simple things in life, like nature in all its glory as God created it. He was a proud yet humble man. At a young age, Grandpa took my sister and I out to the timber to help him cut and haul wood. Well, to be honest, he did all of the cutting and most of the hauling. That never failed. We would get all bundled up, make it out to the timber. One of us would have to go to the bathroom. But all my grandfather did when he got frustrated was say, "Ugh!" So my sister Jamie and I would sit on a log while I worked. We probably whined quite a bit, but he put up with it. Of course, we rode in his Army Green International Harvester's truck. Everyone knew Grandpa's truck. Of course they did. It had his name on the side. I'm pretty sure that it only had 3 gears. Those 3 gears were reverse, low, and extra low. But thank God the heater worked. That truck was our chariot for many of our adventures. It hauled our boat and gear out to the lake to go fishing. Grandpa was determined to give us girls all of the experiences he could. He made me feel that I could do anything I wanted. He did draw the line when it came to foul language. We were expected to speak like a lady, and he really liked for us to wear dresses to church and sit like a lady. So back to our adventures. He taught me how to bait a hook and how stinky catfish bait can smell on a hot summer late afternoon. Because this is when the fish were really biting, was right before dusk. He didn't complain too much when I refused to remove the fish I had caught from the hook, even if my fish was bigger than his. He was so proud of me when I caught a huge catfish out at Hanson's Lake. He took a million pictures and kept telling me, "Hold the fish higher," so he could get it in the picture. I thought my arm would fall off. That may have been the most excited that I've ever seen my grandpa. Well, maybe second most excited. The most excited was when the Cardinals beat the Cubs. Grandpa liked to take pictures. He would wear his camera around his neck. He loved taking pictures of us in our Halloween costumes, and he liked taking pictures of us out in the snow. In the late 70s, when there were huge snowstorms and piles of snow on the side of the road, he would place my sister and I on top of the snowdrift and then throw the dogs up there and take a picture. I think he really enjoyed pulling us around on a sled behind his lawnmower, even though it drove our neighbor Jenny crazy because she was sure that one of us would get hurt. Grandpa was an entrepreneur. He had his own business with his semi. He took me along on several shorter hauls. I thought it was so funny that his CB handle was Tarzan. To me, Tarzan was a guy in a loincloth who swung from tree to tree. Grandpa had to get on the CB to remind others to keep it clean when I was with him. Many times he'd have to turn off the CB when things got a little colorful. When he hauled cattle, he would place me on a post while he helped load the cattle. Seeing the huge animals race past me scared the crap out of me, but I always knew that I'd be safe because Grandpa was close by. Grandpa also included Jamie and I in tending his garden. I have to admit, we probably whined quite a bit. He had us help plant potatoes, and pick green beans too. We got some experience with canning some of our vegetables for the winter. A couple of summers ago, I was playing in a volleyball tournament, and a friend of mine had brought along her beans that she had just picked out of her garden. I had the opportunity to snap some of the green beans for canning, and it really reminded me of snapping beans with Grandpa. Grandpa played a big part of my life as an athlete. We spent countless hours playing catch. When things got really serious, that means when I was in light weights, he would take me down to the ball diamond and hit ground balls and fly balls at me. I learned the fine art of using both hands to catch the ball, because just closing the glove around the ball was sloppy. Once I began basketball in 6th grade, I had a die-hard fan in Grandpa. He went to every game I played in junior high and high school. Grandpa was not usually one of the loudest in the crowd. That was my dad. But every once in a while, if I heard hustle, it meant that I better step up my game, because Grandpa thought I was not giving it my all. I still use this word today when I coach. Hustle. The definition by Russ Leidick. To go as fast as you can at all times. If there is a loose ball, you'd better be on the ground after it. If you don't get it, somebody else will. And that means you've been out-hustled. That is unacceptable. He liked the defensive aspect of the game. I usually dreaded the car ride home. That's when I was told how I could have hustled a little bit more. The fact that he was there without fail has not been lost on me. I think part of my competitive spirit comes from him. Many of you have seen his competitive spirit, whether it was playing him at horseshoes, croquet, cards, or washerboard. He was one tough competitor. And his laugh that he had. It was this chuckle that would shake his whole head. And when he did, he looked like a little boy. When I was little, he would always take out his teeth, and he thought it was hilarious. My sister Jamie and I would get grossed out, and he would laugh until Grandma would yell at him from the kitchen to stop because he was scaring us girls. Grandpa wasn't much of a talker. He taught more by example. He kept everything, and I mean everything. I am certain there is a folder in a file cabinet somewhere with pictures that I colored in 1977. Grandpa, thank you for blessing all of us and being a part of our lives. I think if you listen closely, you'll hear the familiar putt-putt of his pickup truck and the honk of his horn as he drives by. And remember, hustle for that loose ball. Thank you, Grandpa. I love you.